What's up, guys? It's Crash, and legendary data miner Temporyal has bursted back onto the scene this morning with a series of tweets where he was actually able to pull some hazard zone details out of the alpha playtest that went out that's going on right now. And these look amazing as someone who has played Tarkov, but you guys know I had been skeptical about the rumors that it being like Tarkov. That seemed far-fetched to me, but I might have to eat my words. So just real quick, you might notice some different things around here. We got a new logo, a new look. We're looking good, feeling good. And a special thank you to subscriber D-Kraut for hooking me up with these awesome graphics. He did a great job. So we got a new look on the channel and we're feeling good about it. But anyway, into the meat of this video. So Temporyal put out a series of 6 tweets so far about Hazard Zone and the information he was able to pull out, and I am extremely excited. I've been having a great time with Tarkov over the last few weeks, especially in this wipe. I've been having a lot of fun streaming it over on Twitch. If you guys want to check that out, I will more than likely be streaming Escape from Tarkov tonight over on twitch.tv/crash8. It's a lot of fun over there. But yeah, so anyway, let's just get right into it. So the first tweet, he says Hazard Zone seems to be indeed a mix between Escape from Tarkov and Hunt Showdown. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys, I have not played Hunt Showdown. So if any of these things seem familiar to those of you who have played that game and you guys seen correlations there, definitely let me know in the comments down below of anything that I missed in relation to Hunt Showdown. I'm going to look at this from a Tarkov perspective because I have played a decent amount of Tarkov. And the reason to me why this is so exciting is Tarkov is a great and refreshing game mode. It's been technically in beta test for 5 years. It's really cool to see a large AAA studio take on this type of game mode because Tarkov is a great game and a lot of fun most of the time. The other big thing why this is huge, right now Tarkov is PC only, and there are a lot of people I have seen in my comments and in my Twitch chat that are console players that wish they could play Tarkov, similar to how when PUBG launched, started taking the world by storm. At the time, it was only on PC. So this will actually give a huge community of people who want to play a tactical high stakes first person shooter on console the opportunity to do so, because I doubt Tarkov will ever come to console. So anyway, he says it's a mix between Escape from Tarkov and Hunt Showdown. It's on the orbital map. Obviously that's the only map in the alpha test. That's where he was able to get this information from. It has built-in support on this map. Other known locations can't be verified for additional data. No signs of a Hazard Zone exclusive map. So with that being the only map in the alpha, that makes sense that the Hazard Zone information and points of interest are on that map. That means potentially we could be playing Hazard Zone on all 7 all-out war maps, and I think that would be awesome to keep the game fresh, because traditionally a lot of battle royale type games come out with one map. Tarkov has quite a few. They've been adding maps as well. But this is just great for replayability in my opinion. In the next one, he says, expect to collect intel from data drives and crashed satellites in Hazard Zone. After a briefing screen and insertion via Little Bird, we've seen Little Bird in the teaser images, it's up to you to search the area. The danger of losing equipment can be countered with a loadout insurance, similar to the proper insurance that you can buy in Tarkov. One of numerous tactical upgrades, and we'll talk about tactical upgrades in a little bit. It looks like they're going to cost some kind of currency. There is actually going to be a currency system, and that was my initial hang up and my skepticism with it being like Tarkov, in that Tarkov just has this huge economy system with loot and money and a flea market and things like that. But it does look like this is going to have some kind of currency where you buy upgrades for your character and things like that. Whenever we saw the short film yesterday about Irish and everything, we saw a little snippet about a crashed satellite intel, and that got me to thinking Hazard Zone right away. So this confirms that that probably was a little bit of a teaser for Hazard Zone, going in and trying to find that satellite first and get the information before someone else does. So this is a lot like Tarkov in the fact in Tarkov, you know, you're going out and you have to go to certain points of interest and do certain quests. This game mode could leave, I mean, the sky's the limit for story type modes and in-game events for this. I think it's going to be great. It's going to go along with the story of the fictional war of 2042, which is going to be awesome. So I think that's great. In the next one, Battlefield Hazard Zone maps seem to feature various points of interest like ammo stations and uplinks. Here you can call for a dog ranger, your robot dog, or an HDT storm like an ATV. There are also links to respawn sequence with states like start, pause, resume, and abort. So it looks like there is a respawn method. And we'll, again, when we talk about the tactical upgrades at the bottom, it looks like you can purchase a respawn beacon. I don't know how many times you get to use that, but it does look like there is a respawn mechanic. In the next one, he says you might encounter AI soldiers like scavs in Escape from Tarkov, like a patrol using a Jaguar EBRC or HDT storm in Battlefield Hazard Zone. According to some data, they can get reinforcements and parachute into the map. AI bosses will probably serve as additional objectives and grant rewards. This is very much like the bosses in Tarkov. You have Killa, Tagilla, Glukar, Sanitar, I'm trying to think of them, Sturman and others. There are several bosses that spawn in maps on Tarkov if you're not familiar with that. They are really hard to kill sometimes. They're very smart AI. They have really good aim and they're very strong. They're armored up. But if you do get them killed, it can be part of quest rewards, and also they have a lot of really good loot you can generally get. So it sounds like there's going to be AI bosses. It could possibly be that Forsec faction that they introduced when talking about the renewal map. We're not 100% sure what that AI faction will be. But yeah, so that's shaping up like Tarkov as well. You can leave the hazard zone by using an extraction zone, landing zones for helicopters, which can be claimed and activated. And extraction can also fail if you miss the helicopter. Hazard zone currency is probably the key to expand your weapon, gadget, and perk collection. So that makes sense. You'll have to get more money to purchase weapons, gadgets, a lot like Tarkov. We don't know if it's going to have a flea market, if there's going to be traders like there is in Tarkov or things like that, but it does look like there is going to be at least a simplified form of an economy and definitely a currency system there. So the helicopters kind of remind me of a battle royale. I don't know if anyone ever played it, called Ring of Elysium. When everybody got down to the final circle, instead of having to kill the other teams, you just had to extract on a helicopter. And when you started that extraction sequence, you had to climb up a ladder and you were very vulnerable to be taken out. So once you got to the extraction zone, you had to decide, do I need to kill the other teams or can I go ahead and get out of here? So I think that kind of gameplay decision and loop might also be in the game when I hear about a helicopter extraction, but they could also be like extraction zones in Escape from Tarkov, where you have to essentially, a lot of times when you spawn in Escape from Tarkov, you spawn in on one side of the map, your extraction zone is on the other side, and vice versa. Another team of PMC or your primary character players will spawn in on your extraction zone and have to get to where you spawned at for them to extract. So you guys generally cross in the middle. So that's where the gunfights and things like that happen. So I think that sounds really exciting. And then finally, he gives us the tactical upgrades that he was able to data mine out of the alpha test. And he says, here is a list of 12 tactical upgrades for your soldiers in Battlefield Hazard Zone: more ammo or extra respawn, additional storage, or faster healing. Keep in mind that this is all a work in progress and some of the things might never see the light of day. I hope you had some fun. I definitely did. This stuff is really awesome. So, and that's something to keep in mind. A lot of this stuff is data mined and it could have just been tested. It might not ever come out. I just remember he data mined a lot of weapons in Battlefield 5 that never were released. So that's always a possibility. But with all of this stuff, I think it gives us a really good overview picture of what Hazard Zone is going to be. And these tactical upgrades include spotting duration, starting armor, looting insurance, or excuse me, loadout insurance, satellite info, deploy speed, extra respawn beacon, extra intel storage, throwable ammo, faster healing, ammo increase, bonus AI reward, and bonus intel reward. So you guys can kind of see, I mean, they're kind of self-explanatory. Like, you have a longer spotting duration, you have more starting armor, which is a lot like Tarkov. You purchase what armor you want to go with, you decide how geared up you want to be with how much risk you want to take of losing the stuff if you die. And I'm assuming you lose the stuff when you die. That's one of the big gameplay loops about Escape from Tarkov. The loadout insurance makes sense. That's also what makes me think that if you die, no one gets your stuff, it will be returned to you. That's the same thing that happens with Proper, the trader in Escape from Tarkov. You can, before you go into a raid, you can pay him money, and if you die and no one takes your stuff, he'll bring it back to you. So that sounds a lot like what that is. The only other thing that I saw was during the short film, there was a grid and some of the squares became blacked out, and that could just mean where points of interest are on the Hazard Zone map. But there was a game called Radical Heights. It was a very odd, in my opinion, battle royale. It takes place in the 80s around a game show, but instead of a circle to confine the play area, it actually was more complex, where different squares would become out of the playable area and spawn up with the gas, and you had to move rather than just a uniform circle. The play area became irregular shaped and things like that. And I wonder, I just saw that maybe there's some correlation there. I'm not sure if it's going to have a shrinking play area or not. It doesn't sound like the extractions are static like they are in Tarkov, where you can call in a helicopter almost anywhere. That might mean that the map could change or shrink in size. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for today. I'm just really excited to having two of my favorite franchises actually merging. Then you have the all-out warfare of Battlefield that we all love, and the Portal, the sky's the limit. It literally is seeming like there's something for everyone coming to Battlefield 2042, and it is extremely exciting. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Be a friend, tell a friend, and we'll see you on the next one.